All right, so the next example that we're going to look at, we have W, 28 degrees, and 1. So again, the first thing you want to do is use tangent of the angle equals opposite over adjacent. If you only put in part of this, then it's not going to be set up like an equation that you can solve. Okay? So we have the angle measure of 28, so it'd be tangent of 28 equals, so what is the opposite? 1 over W. Okay, now people, if you don't remember your algebra real well, this is where sometimes people get a little bit mixed up. They think you can just put things wherever you want them. Not the case. So I'm going to show you the long way to take care of this, and then I'm going to show you a shortcut, which after you see the long way, hopefully you realize it's not just that we're switching whatever we want to. W cannot be in the denominator. We're solving for W, not 1 over W. So if I wanted to get W by itself, the first thing I need to do is get it out of the denominator. So we're going to multiply both sides times W. So I have W times the tangent of 28 equals 1. But I still am working towards getting rid of, or getting W by itself. So now I'm going to divide out the tangent of 28. So W is 1 over the tangent of 28. Okay. Now what I want you to notice just happened, this is what I started with. Tangent of 28 equals 1 over W. What I ended up with is W equals 1 over the tangent of 28. Now, all that really just took place after all that algebra is the tangent of 28 switched places with the variable, right? Okay. You are allowed to do that because ultimately, if you do all this work, that's what's going to happen anyways. Just don't split these two up. You can't just put 28 on the bottom. You can't switch W and 28. You have to switch the whole thing. Does that make sense? So now what I have here is tangent of 28 is a number. Again, depending on what your calculator will allow you to do. If it will allow you to do 1 divided by the tangent of 28, then that's all you have to do. And your result should be 1.9 if you entered it incorrectly. So you might want to check that. If it does not allow you to do that, then again, you're going to have to kind of do backwards. You're going to have to put in 28, take the tangent of it, write down the decimal, and I would say 3 to 4 decimal places, and then do the numerator divided by that decimal. So in this case, it would be 1 divided by your decimal. And in that case, you should get 1.88, which will round to 1.9. Okay? All right. One more example. And this is really one of the nice things about tangent. You can't avoid this situation with sine and cosine when we start doing those because the hypotenuse is always in the denominator. You can't just switch angles, and you'll see when we get there. But since the tangent of one angle is the reciprocal of the tangent of the other one, if you don't like having that variable in the denominator, you can just simply use the other angle. Okay? So we've got two options right here, and I'm going to show you how nice tangent is. Option 1 is to use 57 degrees, to use that angle. So we would do the tangent of 57 equals, now you need the opposite to 57 would be W, and the adjacent would be 2.5. Okay, so you've got your variable in the numerator. If we use 33, which we can also do that because we still have an opposite and an adjacent, so option 2 would be the tangent of 33 equals the opposite 2.5 over the adjacent w. So here, all we have to do is multiply both sides by 2.5, put in the calculator, and you've got an answer. Here, you would have to swap these two and do 2.5 divided by the tangent of 33. But either way, W should end up being 3.8. Okay. So if I went back up here and said, oh, I really don't like getting that W in the denominator, you could find the other angle and just use the tangent of that angle instead, and it's going to switch these two around. Yes? Question? Tangent of 33 is 0.6494. Okay. Yep. So if you're not getting the right number when you take it, then we have to check the mode and make sure you're in the right mode in degrees instead of radians. Okay. But your homework for tonight is simply 1, 2, and 3. You're writing just ratios, making sure they're simplified, and then 4 through 10, you are solving for side lengths using the tangent ratio.